38th hour. We've done more hours than any other Fringe show so far. Yeah. Oh.
We don't deserve too much credit, certainly I don't.
I really do. I'm taking it.
So only 212 to go.
Winning
just
thus
to,
far.
Let you guys know, or a reminder, this show is a relaxed performance, like all of our performances. That just means the lights will kind of stay up on everyone at all times. There's a very slight chance there'll be a sudden no lights here.
Plunge into darkness, yeah.
Seems a bit glitchy, but it should be that it just stays like this. There'll be no loud sudden noises. There'll be a bit of atmospheric music in the background at times. It's also a relaxed attitude to movement and noise from the audience for the benefit of people who wouldn't be able to stay still or silent for an hour. And if at any point you need to kind of pop out and have a breather, just head back through the doors you came in. There's a little seating area outside. You can come back in any time in the hour. My name's Chloe. I'm the SM for this hour. If there's anything you happen to need, like hearing loop headsets or things like that, then just give me a wave. I'll be over there. But for now, I will hand over to our GM for this hour, Chris.
Hello, everybody. That really wasn't necessary. I've done nothing. I mean, I appreciate it.
He loves it. Yeah, absolutely loves it.
Suck it in. Do a bit more. Suck it in a bit more.
on,
There
yeah.
we go. Oh, it's just lovely. Yeah. It sustains me. Right, good. Hello. I'm your GM for the hour. My name's Chris, and we are running Adventurers Wanted. For those of you who are not familiar with tabletop role-playing games, of which I know there are two, I'm looking at you. Sorry, I know Andy as well. Tabletop role-playing games are quite simple in their construction. I am trying to tell a story, and these people are trying to hinder me from doing it well. Their characters who are real in this story have the ability to take actions within the story, and we roll dice to see how well they achieve those actions. It is as simple as that. Let me tell you a bit about Adventurers Wanted, the story so far. The world we have created here is a country, planet, plane, we're not quite sure, called Havmar. It is not where these people are from. They are the crew of a ship called the Spirit of the Horizon, who have been whisked away by magic to this world completely against their will. And they're trying to find a way home, somewhere to settle, anything that will give them a bit more establishment in this world of strange species they never encountered before, and oh god, what else have we had? Canyons that crash in on themselves. I mean, yeah, it's been a giggle riot so far.
Men made out of fungus.
Men made out of fungus, yeah, that was a good one as well, yeah. So, yes, at this moment, very moment in time, they have been trying to look for the mythical pirate town of Libertalia, where all pirates can go and work together and be wholesome as one. As you may have guessed, it was a trap. It's not actually that at all. It's a bunch of devils who are trying to enslave a bunch of pirates. The party have now worked this out, are fighting their way through town, and are about to approach the bell tower in the center of town, where it appears most of this magical energy has been concentrating. As we approach that point, I'd be very grateful if all of the players could give us their real name, their character's name, and a bit about their character, who they are, what they do on the ship, that sort of thing. And we'll start with Alex to my right.
Hi, my name's Alex. I am playing a half-orc paladin by the name of Beda Blood Oath. Beda is a paladin of a goddess of wilderness and of nature and of the seas, and as such is not particularly interested in puny human concepts such as structure, order, and he's much more of a kind of neutral but chaotic, tending towards chaos. He has a very strong sense of what is good, and his strong sense of what is good is entirely based on the way that he perceives the god in his god speaking to him through the world around him.
I'm Ed. I am playing a half-elf called Gwendolyn Skull, and yet is a man, weirdly enough, who has a skull painted on his face the entire time, and he is the master of the Spirit of Horizon.
It's your ship, you should know.
Yeah, I know.
The Spirit of the Horizon.
The Spirit of the Horizon. I think there was another, whatever it is in there. Yes, he's the master, which means he likes to think he is in control and dispense discipline. He doesn't always do that, though, and we are slightly out of our comfort zone at the moment, so he doesn't really know what he's doing.
And Liam, who's joining us for this hour.
I'm Liam. I'm playing a halfling rogue. My name is Drew Hogg. I got a big thing about pigs and just second name was given to me, but it's kind of my thing.
You're the
Righty ho, that's fine, sure.
I'm chaotic neutral, but like it's not really strict. I'm just the bad guy. It's like
Okay.
a bit of a difference.
We won't hold it against you. What were you doing on board the ship?
I'm a seaman.
Just a seaman?
Yeah,
Cool.
just
halfling seaman. We don't have to pull many ropes. Like, it's really useful getting up the mast.
Probably something to do with sails and rigging and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I know far too little about boats. Anyway, as we approach the bell tower in this hellish landscape, what once appeared to be this beautiful, pristine island of greenery and golden sands is actually a hellish, twisted landscape of cracked floors, geysers of steam. It's really unpleasant. You know, it's a festival field after the festival with demon stuff. Like, it's not great.
So like a normal festival field.
Yeah. As you make your way up to the bell tower, your tiefling barbarian companion, Choladin, is suddenly surrounded by golden mystical energy and is suddenly teleported away. And in his place stands Hog. Much smaller, much less imposing, much less use in what you're considering is probably the boss battle coming up. Yeah.
Not only that, but the tiefling barbarian did just kill a devil by giving it the people's elbow. Which
That is
was
true.
Amazing.
It rolled a 20 odd. It was the
It was
full
great.
people's elbow,
It was
everything, the
great.
shuffle, all of it.
Yeah, the eyebrow, the whole thing.
So,
Anyway,
in front of you is this bell tower. It used to look, from your perspective, you've never seen it before, so you're just seeing this for the first time, huh? What you see is it's stone, but where it once was white, it is soot-stained and grey and pitted and cracked, like it's been there for an eon. It is relatively tall tower, goes up about 3 stories, and then at the top there is this belfry with a bell inside that is currently tolling incessantly. What would you all like to do?
can we see any of the devils? Are they flying around? Are they?
At this moment, there are a couple off in the distance, but the one you put the smackdown on just a second ago by literally people's elbowing it to death is at this. They've seen that and they're not getting much closer at the moment.
Cool. And so there's no other people around us either.
Well, you are currently accompanied by a Vosu, which is a fox-like humanoid called Captain Trip Mitty. She is a pirate, and her friend Dia Grail, who was on this island and was also a pirate, but has been spending a lot of time with these devils and had no idea until very recently that she was being enslaved.
Right. So is there an obvious access point to this bell tower?
There is indeed a door right in front of you. It is about 10 foot wide.
Interesting. Beady, yeah. Can you go and open
Beda.
that door? Beda, can you go and open that door?
Yeah.
Cool. Did not expect that to go
Beda-
that well.
Most exciting role playing ever. Yeah, go on.
4 stars. Beda nods happily and barrels up to the doorway. He's not a barbarian, so he attempts to see whether the door is actually open.
Do you want to roll a strength check against the door?
I want to roll a turn handle check against a potential handle on the door.
Well, I don't think we need a strength check. See if you can open the door by the handle, do we? So you open the door. It is rather large, so you can just sort of push it open, much like you would a barn door, and open up this space in front of you. As you step forward, you see that it's organized like a bank. There are various piles of booty, pirate gold, you name it, art, curiosities, but they are very neatly ordered. They are all very specifically set aside into things that look more expensive, less expensive. All the gold piles are literally piles, like perfectly, all, like almost like they're banks of gold coins that have been blocked out. So someone very lawful has been in charge here. And as you make your way slowly into this space, you see there is a throne at the back of this, and in it sits another one of these green barbed skin demons you've seen before. He's just sat there idly watching you approach.
I would like to use my divine sense to see whether there are any other fiends or undeads other than the one that I believe I can see in front of me, around me. Describe
how your divine sense feels and works in character.
So the divine sense, the way that it works is it's kind of like a sonar. It's a sound-based thing. What he hears is the rushing waves move around him in a 60-foot arc, and if there is anything that it registers, it appears in his mind as the sound of a wave crashing against a rock.
Well, it's a cacophony because this whole place couldn't be more demonic if it tried.
But
Devilish.
specifically,
Specifically the guy in front of you.
beings. Are there beings within 60
The
feet?
guy in front of you, and there is some close to the edges of this outside the building. There is also some sense of beings, but the only being of any power you feel is the one directly in front of you.
Okay,
You also note as you do this that the barbed demon guise that he is wearing is indeed a guise.
I turn to my compatriots and say, he appears to be the only one in here, but there are more around. We must dispatch him quickly and with great anger.
Furious vengeance.
Yeah.
Who said anything about dispatching anyone?
Okay, my action is going to be if I can pull up my heavy crossbow, go to the door and just take a shot at him straight off.
He raises his hand and says, "You do not need to attack."
I reckon we just chat to him for a bit.
No, my action is still happening.
Fine, by all means,
My
please,
action is
please
still
make,
happening.
make your attack roll with your heavy crossbow.
Yes. No, nothing.
It has
I've
been
been playing this for a
rolling.
while and it's been appalling rolling. 7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. It goes zooming across towards him. He just very casually raises an eyebrow and it just
Ooh,
burns up in midair and lands on the ground in front of him.
ooh. Fair enough. Maybe we should chat.
I think we can still save this.
The option is still open.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What have you got to say for yourself, big person?
What do I have to say for myself? You have invaded my home. What do you have to say for yourselves?
I mean, the door was open.
The door was explicitly not open. That one opened it.
It wasn't locked. That is like being open.
Wait. You have this island. You have this island very, very much under your control. What is
Indeed.
your intention for this country, except for building a slave colony?
What's wrong with a slave colony?
Nothing at all, depending on whether or not the people would want to be slaves.
I'm not sure you know what slaves are.
I understand, but the thing is, we feel like, as an ex-pirate myself, I feel like it is harsh. Are you only enslaving pirates?
Yes.
Is this a what's the thing? A thing against pirates?
No, it just seemed opportune.
Fair enough. Do you simply wish to build up? I see that these treasures that you have all around you are very, very neatly ordered. Is this for a reason?
I simply seek to make a place for myself outside of hell. It grew dreary, and humanoids are so influenceable.
That is true. I enjoy that much myself. Do you think that the recreating hell within another world is not going to cause some comment and concern?
It hasn't so far.
Interesting. Somebody else go. I'm kind of out.
Yes,
Yeah.
little man. Very little man.
Well, can't help it, you know. I am a halfling. But you seem to be quite nice compared to these other demons that I haven't yet seen.
Oh,
I'm
my cousins are somewhat feral. Do forgive them for that.
Well, I wish I could, but yeah. So we've come in here, and any chance we could stay for a little bit, like kind of weary from the road, like.
Absolutely, my house is your house.
Hang on.
I have no quarrel with you. If anything, you have something that I want.
Which one of us?
All of you.
I see. We are to become slaves then.
Oh no,
Right.
not yet.
Right.
Let me make you an offer.
Excellent.
I have the power to grant almost anything. All I would require in return is your soul.
Well, I'm not using it. No, I don't. How would this transfer sort of happen?
I
Hopefully
give you whatever you desire, and once you are no longer for this world, your soul, he grins and his sharp, sharp teeth show out, is mine.
Beda says, "Our souls."
That's not even swearing. I'm very impressed.
But he means our souls.
Yes.
I think he's going to choose to... No, he didn't get the joke. Okay. He goes, indeed, your souls...
Wasn't a joke.
Anyway.
You are obviously the controller here. Do you wish to extend your empire beyond this island?
For the moment, no. This has been rather pleasant. There's a bit of rebuilding to do now, thanks to you lot, but...
We didn't mean to set anything off. Our profoundest apologies, but at the same...
No, I assumed it would happen at some point. This is only a temporary setback.
Interesting. So, were you to be left alone, then you would not harm... Well, you would not wish harm on anybody else unless they came here.
Not for now, no.
May we just have a discussion together as a group?
By all means.
If we could just...
Yeah.
He's probably going to be able to hear us, but I would just say let's get the hell out of here. This man is frankly terrifying. And we could get back to the boat and make another option. They'd find another quest.
I reckon we do him in.
Beda very much agrees with that opinion. Beda could not think of any literal situation on this planet, or any planet, which he is less happy with than the idea of not only the bad guys winning, but the bad guys winning through order and structure. He would rather see this world destroyed and overrun by chaotic demons than let bureaucrats win.
Fair enough.
At which point
He
you
does,
hear-
however, feel that there may perhaps be a benefit to there being more than 5 of us.
Yes. For instance.
Only because that will do more damage
Yes.
and therefore hasten the demise of this particular.
Are you relating this verbally?
He not fully, but he does it by like grabbing Hog
Yes.
as he says, "I think we should get rid of this place," and being like, "This man speaks absolute sense." That's how he does it.
Behind you, there's suddenly a hand on your shoulder.
My shoulder.
Excellent. And Arthanzar is right there. He just leans in and goes, "Go on, I dare you. Tell me one thing that you want. Anything. Just to prove I mean what I say."
If it means I have to give up my soul, I'm afraid I'm not willing to make that trade.
No. This one is, how would you put it? On the house.
Beda grabbed his other shoulder
It's a very literal angel and demon thing.
and casts protection from evil and good.
Ah, what does that do?
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected from fiends.
How?
All of those creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Sure.
You cannot be charmed, frightened, possessed by that creature.
Excellent. I'm not doing any of those things.
Not now, you're not.
You've made aware. I'm really going to regret this. Well, in which case, bring every single one of the people who is on our boat here now.
Roll a deception check.
And have them all talk to each other.
Thanks.
17.
Guess what I rolled, Edward?
I don't.
He reaches out and then goes, "Oh, very good. Yes. You know, if subterfuge is what you want, I can do the same." He snaps his fingers, and Trip turns around to you, looks at you, and says, "It is you that I want, and only you."
Seems like a fair trade. Great.
No.
She saunters over to you. He was flirting with her earlier. There
Badly.
was some nice
Really
banter going
badly.
on. Then it turns out this woman, Dea, that they met on the island is her ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And there was a certain sense of maybe this isn't on. It looks like it might be. She saunters over to you and goes, "It is you and only you."
Honey, that is the best thing I've
She
done.
reaches out and strokes your face.
Oh.
And because she has fur and is a foxy-like
Oh.
creature, it is genuinely like your face is being stroked by a paw.
Oh.
Beat
This
it.
is the best thing I have heard all day, but I don't think you mean it. I think he does. Therefore,
How do you know she wasn't thinking it already? And I just gave her a little.
it doesn't matter. The
Push.
thing is, at the moment, to be honest, like, al fresco sex in front of other people is not really what I'm looking for. therefore, hold that thought, madam. My God, hold it. And let's... I do something else, because he's not going to bring us support. I would say we leave, still. Let's go somewhere else. Quiet. Secluded.
Well, if you, what you won't give won't be given freely.
Okay.
Suddenly, vroom, vroom,
Oh, God.
wings flap out of his back, and he flaps up vroom, into the air. He's about 20 feet above you in an instant, just vroom, casts up into the air, and we're going to enter some combat. Can I have some combat music, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Hog, what is your AC?
It is 16.
Excellent.
16? Ah, sorry.
Dex. And what is your what is your dexterity, please?
18.
18. Splendid. In which case, Hog, you go first. So this devil creature has sprouted wings and flown about 20 feet above you. He is now hanging in the air above you, grinning evilly. What would you like to do?
I would like to use my short bow
Yeah, go for it.
and
Go for it.
Make that attack roll.
yeah, and aim for like just beneath one of his arms,
Go for it. Make the attack roll.
Oh, well, there's D20.
into his wing. I assume is that.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Into the wing.
Okay.
Make the attack roll.
2
2.
No, more than that, more than that. With the short bow, you get +7.
+7.
9. Still not
Yeah,
great.
didn't think so, but I just
No, no.
That is what happened.
Again, the arrow shoots towards him, and again, just with contemptuous glee, just bats it out of the air.
Okay.
And grins evilly and goes, "Is that it?" Oh, look, it's now his turn.
Oh, no.
He reaches out to you, and from his claw there is a burning black necrotic energy that forms as he throws 3 of these balls of sort of intensified hatred directly at you. That is.
Or what was you?
Can I uncanny dodge?
You can, absolutely.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
an uncanny dodge means that a rogue has the ability to get out of the way of an attack he sees coming because he is a rogue and lithe.
Yes.
Um, right, so the first roll was an 8, and you take half damage on that, so that's 4 plus another 4 is 8 total. You take 8 damage as 2 of these
That's
black
bad.
balls of energy just throw themselves into you, and one splashes harmlessly against the floor and leaves a horrible, burnt, searing mark.
As a note, just, we all have 1 potion of greater healing,
Yeah, you do.
on us as standard. It's kept on us at all times because people keep getting zapped in and out of the ship at any time, whether they're prepared or not.
It's a side effect of
Um,
teleportation spell the
it's-
goddess here.
yeah.
Yes. And also an easy way of explaining this. Yes, good. So, that has happened. He has hurled his hatred. That is done. Gwendolyn, what would you like to do?
I would like to. So we're outside the door. Sorry, we're outside the bell tower. and
No,
the-
you're inside the belt.
We're inside the bell tower.
Indeed.
Right. Can I make an Arcana check to see if there is any weapon that is going to be more effective against him than my more heavy crossbow, which I don't think is.
Any weapon where, sorry?
Sorry, you said there were piles
Yes.
of treasure.
Of course you can investigate the piles of treasure. That's not an arcana check. That's a perception check.
That's better for me. Fine.
Yes.
Okay, so. No! Absolutely not. That's a 3.
I mean, you could chuck some coins at him. What would you like to do?
If that's not going to happen, then I will, because he's 20 feet away, right?
Correct.
So I can't meet him with the maul. So
Nope.
I will try and. Okay, I am going to, are we sort of? Sorry, he's 20 foot above us.
Yep.
would like to try and sort of get out of his circle of vision, if you see what I mean. So it's going to kind of be a running.
To get out of his circle of vision, you'd have to leave the building.
No, you know what I mean. Like, sorry, I want to move away from him.
Yes.
And take a shot at him at the same time.
Sure.
So 30 feet.
You could you could go next to a wall, but
for instance,
since this is a bell tower and the walls go up over the side, there is not really anywhere you can hide.
No, I'm not intending to hide. I just want to try and get out of the way of it.
Okay, you can get out of the way, sure. And shoot your crossbow bolt, please.
Yes. 13.
No.
No.
And once again, in a long line of failed attacks, this one doesn't actually even go near him. He just sort of moves a bit and goes way up, and that's it.
All of the rolls I've made today, 2 of them have been above 10. It's been infuriating.
At which point he uses one of his legendary actions to go slightly higher up, and he's now flying higher and higher up the bell tower.
Fair enough. Can I take the potion as well?
Okay.
Great. What's it?
Bonus action, why not?
Yes.
That's 2d4 plus 4, isn't it? No, it's greater healing. It's 4d4 plus 4. There we go.
Can I? Yeah. Thank you. 44 plus 4.
Yep.
Wow. 8 from 2. And
the opposite.
yes. So that's 10, 14?
14. You heal 14 hit points. At which point, Trip shakes off the effect of what was going on in front of her. Very successfully.
Good.
And seeing this creature flying up and not being in possession of any distance weapons herself, starts using her acrobatic skill to climb the bell tower ahead. Literally, 2 steps up, backflip over onto a crossbeam. It's relatively easy to climb up. There are relative sort of handholds and footholds and crossbeams along the way. It is a bell tower. So she's slowly making her way up close, trying to get close to it, but it is still some way off from her. Dea, thank you. Dea, who is not quite so dexterous, tries to throw her only weapon, a dagger, up at it, but it's far out of range, and there is no way she's going to hit it. Correct, she doesn't hit it. The dagger clatters and falls back to the floor. Breeder, what would you like to do?
How...
Keep calling him Breeder.
Breeder...
Beeder, I'm so sorry, Feeder.
It just sounds like it's anyway.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, what would you like to do?
How far away is he?
He's now about 40 foot up the bell tower.
Beda is not sure whether this is going to work. Alex isn't sure whether this is going to work. Beda is certain it is. Beda points at it, and he says, "Grovel!" And he casts command.
Ooh, okay, what's the...
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw?
Against my spell DC is 14.
Huh. He looks at you and laughs pitifully. Nice try, servant of some god I don't care about.
Likewise.
Doesn't technically serve anybody, but it's going to let it slide.
He is a devil. He serves someone. He is not the top devil. Even I can tell that.
Ooh, Holly, it's your turn again.
Anyway.
No one.
So it says here I can sleight of hand. Can I do like a little magic trick performance thing just to try and like, you know, stop him in his tracks for a little?
Stop it. Yes.
He might be more useful than you.
That is true. I never said it wasn't.
I'm really enjoying your to say that you can certainly try. I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
I got a +2 to performance.
By all means,
I mean, really.
do your magic trick. You have to describe it in excruciating detail.
Yes.
Right. Will how bad the magic trick is affect your roll or like anything you're putting onto it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm doing one of those like those tricks where like there's a dice outside the cup.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's in the cup. It goes through here somehow. How did that happen?
You're trying to give him riddles. This is amazing. You are not the Sphinx, my friend.
I will roll for it. Yeah. I've got a number in my head. Oh, he's fine. Yeah. He looks at that and raises an eyebrow and looks at you with some and goes, well, the annoying ones should always go first. And again, just starts throwing fire at you like you would not believe. No.
Oh, sorry. Can I take a bonus action?
Yes, you may, of course.
Okay, can I hide?
Behind him.
Yeah. He's
Behind me?
Medium creature.
Absolutely. Roll a stealth check, please.
feel like I'm being victimised.
16. His perception roll was a 17, so you are behind him. You're not hidden per se, but he knows you're there, but he can't really get to you easily. However, that does mean he's going to hit the one you're behind.
I am
Saw that
perfectly happy with this.
No, that's a 2. That's a 3. Yeah, he's doing really well. Much better.
Damn it.
Yes. 5 points of damage as this blackened fire just burns across
Still
you.
my bleeding heart now. I can do that. That's fine.
Right. Gwen, it is now your turn.
Right.
Actually, no, it's the demon's turn. No, it's your turn.
Yep. Yep.
What would you like to do?
Hang on. I could have attacked twice that last turn. I didn't. I'm an idiot. Okay.
Not with a crossbow, you can't.
Oh, is it just with?
No, it's loading.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes. There is a timer in my
Yes, no,
head.
I understand. I am going to run to the door and try and get out of the building, leaving him cowering where I was.
Right.
At the same time, I'm going to try and get off one more crossbow bolt.
Okay. You run towards the door and you leap backwards through the door, and as you're leaping, you take one last shot up as you go.
I really hope this comes off.
Roll with disadvantage.
That is totally fair. It's completely, utterly. Wow. No, that is a 7.
No, you
Even if I'd used the high one,
unsurprisingly
it
don't
would
manage to
make
hit it as you fall backwards through the door.
It
But
was
you
more
are
the
through the
style
door.
than anything
Now
else.
you are
Yes.
outside now,
Yes.
where a bunch of other devils are circling the building.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So you know,
Fine.
you've gone from the.
Frying pan into the fire. Yes.
I think it's probably the other way around, but
Okay.
yeah, it's still not great, is it? No.
No, you're right.
That is the end of your turn.
Yes.
Trip is still climbing up the clock tower, trying to get as close as she possibly can. Let's check on that. Yeah. She backflips up to the same level. He didn't go any higher this turn, so she backflips the same level he's on, and using her rapier, she tries to stab into him and hang on. Oh, damn. She does not manage that. It bounces off its hide, and she's suddenly in free fall in mid-air. Makes the dex saving throw, manages to catch on to a. She's now hanging by one hand from a rafter about 40 feet up. You can't see this. You can. You can. Dea, suddenly very worried about her longtime friend, so decides to try and climb the tower herself. And starts, instead of flipping up, she's more sort of making her way up using strength over dexterity. She is getting about 20 feet up into that go. Right. Reader, it is now your turn. Reader.
He's way above me.
Yes.
In
He's
so
40
many
feet up.
ways. Sorry, my.
And I've seen my fighter friend
Yes.
Yeah.
flee.
Yes.
No inverted commas. I have no ranged attacks other than a javelin.
Okay.
Well, I have 4 of them. They're like arrayed around me, like.
You see.
I don't want to throw them.
You see both Dea, and Trip climbing the tower. That could be an option.
Yeah, I guess I chase. Yeah, I definitely chase him down.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to one of the sections that have not yet been climbed.
Sure.
And again, not in any way acrobatically. I just power climb up. Like there's a bit where I just keeps going up, using his strength to.
Absolutely, make that strength athletics roll.
Can you also pass me the javelin? Thank you.
My dexterity is really low, so that should have been. That is a 15.
Is that your athletics?
That is my athletics.
Excellent. So, as you start to climb, you realise that there's a reason they didn't go up this part of the tower. It's less easy to climb. So it's more difficult, but you only get about 15 feet up, but you are making your way up the tower as well. Okay. You are about 15 feet up. Hog, you are currently hiding in the middle of nowhere.
There's so much of this going on.
You're currently air quotes in the middle of nowhere. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go for the short bow again.
Great, go for it.
Just gonna.
Giant dragon giant with a toothpick. It's amazing.
This toothpick's going for his eye.
Go for it. Yep.
Go for it.
It's not going to get it.
Make that attack roll. You never know.
Oh, sorry.
Is that
Yes,
mine?
take it. You do have one as well, but like,
Oh.
whichever one you wish.
Use the cursed one.
Yeah, no, seriously. Don't use one dice that I've used. It's really not a good
Go on.
idea.
How bad was it? I mean,
3.
No, he got 10.
10.
With a +7 modifier. It's really not.
yeah, no. That arrow. That arrow.
It's really.
That arrow thuds into the wood next to where Trip is. Doesn't hit her, but it's very close to where her hand is currently. And there's a kind of, what are you doing?
You can take that dice. I think I need to not touch it.
Yeah, probably a fair assessment of the situation at the moment. It is now Arthanzar's turn. He sees that she's currently hanging by one arm, grins evilly, and pulls from the air a glowing two-pronged trident, so more of a fork, and uses it to bring it down and try and spear her hand into the bit of wood, which he absolutely nails the hand. She does scream in pain, and the hand flexes as if she was letting go, but she's not going anywhere. She is pinned by this going through her hand directly to the top, and she takes plenty of damage. Thank you. She takes, yes, plenty. Yeah, she's got a lot of health, but that looked painful. Daya is going to keep climbing. How does she do? Yeah, she makes it up to the wooden beam that Trip is currently nailed to, and Arthanzar is flying above, and manages to pull herself up and stand on this wooden beam right there. Edward?
So I'm now outside the building, and there are things circling. Is there a way of climbing the tower on the outside?
I mean, yeah,
I'll do that.
sure. How are you climbing it?
As in acrobatically or athletically?
I think we'll give it a bit of flavour.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right. So I'm going to be trying to be I'm going to regret this. I'm going to be trying to be a little bit flamboyant about it, and
Don't
basically.
give me ammo, Jesus.
If there's, it's because he doesn't really know how to climb, I don't think, except sort of rigging-wise. So
Sure.
Because there aren't any ropes, he looks for like protruding bits and tries to leap from one of them to the next one.
Oh, I see. Well, it is a bell tower, so there would be water overflow spills
That's
and
what
that
I
sort of
mean,
thing. So you're
that
trying
kind
to
of
sort of athletically boom, up top.
Yes.
I'll allow an athletics check on that. Go for it.
Cool. Hang on. 20 in total, not natural. Obviously.
Oh, all right. I say someone somewhere
More
has
than
died.
double what I'm doing.
You get about 20, 25 feet up, just boom,
Yes!
boom, making your way up. At this point, you notice the bell tower has no windows.
I see. I see. That's a shame. Oh well, I'm gonna keep struggling on.
Go for it, Peter. It is your turn.
How tall is this tower in total?
It's about 50 feet tall.
About 50 feet, and I'm about
Really?
15 foot up.
Yeah.
How far away from me is he?
25 feet. Maths.
25 feet, and is he above me still?
Yes.
Bida is gonna keep climbing
Mm-hmm.
and head in the sort of come round so that he's getting closer to potentially where the devil is.
Mhm.
As he does that, he is mumbling and muttering under his breath like, came onto an island with a bunch of cowards, run away. Oh, sure, yeah, don't worry, Peter will sort it. 24.
What was that? 24.
Athletics for just climbing around and moving along.
I'll give you about 20 feet of movement in that, so you can get within 5 feet of it.
Woo! Hooey! Within 5 foot of it.
Yeah.
How far from the ground am I?
Listen to the music. You can do it.
He is 40 foot up.
I believe the term is cowabunga.
Free reign, buddy. What do you want to do? Rule of cool always applies.
Yes.
He Oh, it's never going to work.
Do it. Do it. You don't know.
Come on!
He kicks off the wall, and he
Okay.
goes to jump and grapple the devil in the air.
Yes.
And he's hoping that he's going to catch him off guard, and that will cause him to at least drop some height towards the ground. If not, if he's lucky, grab hold of the wings and sort of pull them in so that the two of them are forced to go into the ground. That's what he's going to try and do.
Right.
He hates
Make
this
a
thing.
strength athletics check against Arthansar first. He'll be using the same. Thank you.
9.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a bad start.
Well, I can tell you what does happen. You leap at him. You try and grab him, as you said, from behind around the wings. Instead, you grab his feet.
Ah.
So what happens is you grab his feet and pull down, lose one hand, and are barely... Hang on, make a dexterity saving throw.
Great. 16.
Oh, yeah, you hang on with that one hand. You've got him locked in.
Such a good position now.
Now, by pulling him down, he was holding onto his fork, and as he got pulled down, he bent the metal slightly,
That's not a good thing.
which he lets go of,
Ah.
which then proceeds to twink, boom, hit him in the face.
Hey!
Does it do any damage?
Yeah, he took 2 points of damage. It's the first damage he's taken this entire combat, so you know,
It's a start.
That's yeah.
that's he's got a lot of hit points left. I'm not going to deny that for a second. You have done not much to him so far, but he has lost his fork.
I've been trying. Didn't run away.
You are now hanging on his foot, up there in the sky. He has let go of his weapon. Trip is literally forked to a wooden beam that someone else is
Question.
Day is standing on. Yes.
My leap at him. Was that an attack?
The grapple check was yes.
I get 2 attacks on my action.
Do you?
When I make an attack,
What would you like to do for your second attack?
Punch him in the nuts. Go on. Punch him right in the goose.
You're right there. You could.
Yeah, that's right.
I grab the hand that has fallen from his leg. I use to grab my warhammer, and I swing it up, arcing it in to his groin region.
Yes.
Make an attack roll.
I have such good ideas, apparently.
So much going on in my brain. Sorry. 23.
That hits.
Yes.
Do roll for damage.
Do I need to declare Divine Smite before I make my attack roll?
I'm gonna let you declare divine smite whenever you want, baby.
The rule of cool.
So I'm going to use 3 of my spell points
Jesus. Okay.
and roll 3d8 plus an extra d8 because he's a fiend, plus the 5th d8 of the attack of the weapon. So 5d8.
Hang on, can we give... Okay, you give them to him. I'm not going to give him any of mine, but, like, just give him all of them.
No, let him roll for it.
Has he got
He's
it?
got plenty of D8. Yeah, look at him.
This man is
Actually got 5.
This man is diced up.
27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Can you tell me which of those numbers are the radiant damage, please? Not the biggest ones.
How many of them do? It's 3.
How many of them are the divine strike?
Bang on.
1, 2, 3, and then 4 of them.
Chris,
4 of them.
they're all different.
So,
they're all
all-
different colours. We could
Yeah,
ask
it's
the
fine.
audience to pick colours.
Doesn't matter. Double those.
That's fine.
It's radiant damage against a devil. I mean,
Yeah, no, I got you.
34 plus 7 is 41.
41.
Plus 3, 44.
What? Dude,
Right.
that was impressive.
Arthansar takes
Paladin.
44 points of damage. It's not so much that you hit him in the groin, you graze him in the groin. And grazing in the groin, if you haven't experienced it, is much, much, much more painful than being hit in the groin. And then it starts to burn as the radiant energy just pulses from wherever you hit him, all the way through him in this horrible, searing pain flowing from his groin.
And then the fork hits him in the face.
And then the fork hits him in the face. Very good.
Very nice.
Very good. Hog, you have your action. What would you like to do?
Right, so I'm thinking I'm I'm not very good at this bow. Clearly, so far.
It's not been your friend so far, that is true.
Hiding hasn't helped. So I'm just gonna stand in the middle. I want to say to him, I'll take whatever you're offering. Just like the thing you offered before, I'll take it.
Jesus, deception.
No, it's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. I'm just looking to like distract him as much as possible.
I see.
I want to redeem myself.
Make a deception roll.
10,
It's not cursed yet.
5. What else do I add in charisma?
No, it's just on that.
Can you tell me exactly what you say, please?
10 plus 5. I'm like,
Don't say 10 plus 5.
no.
You can. It means little to him. But
I'm like, look, I'm a simple man, simple pleasures, right? But I just like pigs, and ideally I'd like to like have as many pigs as possible. I thought throughout this like adventure I might be able to like gain coins with which to buy goods and services, i.e. pigs. But I'll just go for the pigs, straight up, please.
he looks down at you and says, "Your wish is my command, mortal." Snaps his fingers, and the entire ground floor of the tower is now overrun with pigs.
Massive pigs.
You also suddenly, awfully realize he's got your soul now, and he can make you do whatever he wants.
Oh dear.
And that's where we'll draw to a close for today. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming, everyone. We are playing this from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the Fringe, except for the 24th and 25th. We're also live streaming the whole thing on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/adventureswanted, and live tweeting it on @adventurers250. Feel free to come back again to see what else unfolds, or you, like Hog,
Come
you
play.
can come and play and get involved yourself, and maybe
deals
also
with the
sell
devil.
your soul to the devil.
For pigs. I mean, seriously.
His role players made me do it.
And please do spread the word over the internet or face-to-face, whichever is your preferred method. And I'm just going to throw to a couple of the guys on the table here who have cheeky plugs for other shows they're involved with at the Fringe.
Yes, I am in a play at the Underbelly in the Iron Belly called Beadledom Alpha, which is on every other day the whole way through the month. And on the days when I'm not on, there's another show called Beadledom Omega, which is kind of linked to the first show, and they're both very good and interesting and about clowns.
Are you working on any shows? Liam?
No.
No?
No.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
3,500 shows? Not one?
Dude!
This is working on 16, so he's working
Yeah,
on
That's actually not what I was working up to, but okay. Do you have any friends shows? Something you could push in that way?
I don't have any friends.
Oh.
There's 5 of them here, surely.
Yeah, he does an SFW at, I can't remember the name of the venue, but it's venue 9.
NSFW.
an SFW at venue 9.
There we go. NSW Venue 9. That's a nice plug. I like that.
That's,
Yeah, I also work on other stuff, but I'm not going to go into it.
Okay, thank you again for coming. We've got a quick turnaround time, so it's just the door at your, just the one you came in from. Sorry, 10-hour-long day. A task on the brain. But if you could just give one final round of applause for all the guys.
Thanks, guys. Or you could, buy a ticket and watch the next hour.